Hello everyone and welcome back to my official The GH24 News YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Danny Morgan blasted Cyrus Renaud, Jason Morgan went stone cold and Sasha Gilmore Corbin struck a deal. That's how it all went down on Tuesday's GH occasion. At Charlie's Cantina, Gio Palmieri and Emma Drake met up with Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson, which gave Emma a chance to pitch Kai on helping with her forthcoming fundraiser. Kai got on board and posed for a snap with Emma, which got posted on social media. That led to Danny spotting Cyrus in the background at Charlie's Cantina and going over there to defy him against Rocco Falconeri's warning. At the Port Charles Grill, Sasha Gilmore threw a drink each over Cody Bell for causing yet another baby daddy scene. Once Sasha dashed off with Jason alone, he gave her updates on recovering Michael Corinthos and verified that Michael was still willing to let her raise the baby singly. Still, Michael wanted Jason to look out for Sasha and step up if she demanded anything. In exchange for putting up with that, Sasha wanted Jason to let everyone believe he was the father of her child. Jason agreed with the exception of Danny since he didn't want to lie to his son, especially now that Danny had lost Sam McCall. Although Jason wouldn't tell Danny about Michael being the father, he wanted to explain the fake daddy ruse. Once Sasha and Jason arrived at the Quartermain manse looking for Danny, they set up Rocco freaking out rather. Rocco confessed to telling Danny that Cyrus was the PCPD's main suspect and said Danny went to defy him at Charlie's. On the spurt back from Los Angeles, Sonny Corinthos got off the phone with the cardiologist and delivered good news to Natalia Ramirez. It turned out Sonny didn't need a trendsetter after all, though he'd still have to avoid stress, keep taking his drug and have surgery to repair his heart within the coming 3 months. Sonny ultimately got a call from Christina Corinthos Davis about Ava Jerome's hijacking attempt in the Domain. Natalia suggested about using this advantage to work out a concession with Ava and made a vaticination about it being stylish for Avery Corinthos. Back with Cody, he came clean to Felicia Scorpio about still trying to be Sasha's idol since that's all he could be to her now. Felicia wondered if Cody had to be Sasha's idol or if perhaps he could be someone additional rather. Next, Willow Corinthos admitted to Martin Gray that she didn't suppose there was any dirt to find on Michael. Nina Reeves tried to steer Martin towards saying Willow and Drew Quartermain's public involvement could affect the case, but he didn't believe it would. Willow ultimately questioned Nina about her amenability to forgive all Sasha's history deception. Nina suggested that people frequently lie to cover themselves and the people they watch about, so Willow understood due to how effects played out with Michael. After Willow declared that Drew would no way keep secrets from her, Nina got emotional and said she could understand why Willow would fall for him. It sounded like Nina was gearing up to confess to sleeping with Drew behind unrestricted doors. At Café Sherry, Curtis Ashford was having a beachfront meeting with Jordan Ashford when Jen Sidwell came on. Once Curtis met Sidwell and heard about his own beachfront plans, he intimately advised Jordan not to get tangled up with this Joe. Of course, Jordan didn't hear and made another attempt to charm Sidwell as they continued their discussion. At Charlie's Cantina, Martin scolded Cyrus for trying to have Lulu Spencer transferred out of state when she was slow. Cyrus conceded that he might have gone too far, but he still whined about losing access to cases at GH and Turning Woods. Once Danny arrived and brazened Cyrus for killing Sam, Cyrus played innocent and suggested soliciting together. As Cyrus put a hand on Danny's shoulder, Jason slogged in looking furious. "Take your hand off my son!" Jason cried as Tuesday's occasion wrapped up. Jason and Cyrus have a showdown ahead, so don't miss all the action. At Café Cherry, Curtis meets with Jordan to talk about the beachfront. Jordan believes there's a way to save it. Just also, Sidwell appears. Jordan introduces Jens to Curtis, and Jens says he has heard good effects about his work at Sunup. He says it's too bad this environmental impact study has held up the beachfront, and he feels he can be helpful to them and get effects back on track. Jens explains that he'd suggested to Mayor Collins and Congressman Quartermain that they use prestigious Sphere to take over Pier 55 for the beachfront. It'll revitalize that area and drive the crime out. Jens defenses himself when he gets a call, and Curtis advises Jordan to say no to whatever this Joe wants. Curtis says Sidwell is in bed with Drew and trying to take over Sunny's home, which can bring nothing but trouble. He suggests she stay out of this. Jens returns, and Curtis says it was nice to meet him, but he has to head out. Still, he lingers and listens as Jordan says she'd love to hear further about Sidwell's plans. Jason meets with Sasha at the Quartermain boathouse. She apologizes for Cody and thanks him for coming. She asks how Michael is doing, and Jason says the treatment is working and he's mending. He's determined to get better and come home. She wants him to come home and be with his kiddies, which is why they need to let everyone believe Jason is the father of her baby. Sasha believes if the verity comes out, it can hurt Michael's chances of keeping guardianship of his kiddies. She wants to help Michael, as he agreed to let her raise this baby alone. Jason says Michael told him as much, and if she wants to do this, he'll let people believe he's the father. Jason says one person must know the verity, his son. He wouldn't tell him the baby is Michael's, but having just lost his mama, he can't let Danny suppose this baby is his. He assures her that his son can keep the secret. Back at Charlie's, Isaiah says hello to Liz at the bar, and he's glad she's back at work and that the police are involved in the case now. Liz still feels she needs to find answers for her cases who failed. Martin and Cyrus walk in, and Lucky isn't pleased to see Cyrus. They sit at a table, and Martin doesn't suppose this plan will work as Lucky doesn't look happy. Martin asks what he was allowing, trying to take over Lulu's care. Cyrus says no bone differently was there for her, so someone had to be. Meanwhile, Kai agrees to work with Emma on her fundraiser and indeed promotes it on his social media. They take a selfie, and he posts it. Isaiah introduces himself to Christina. She realizes he's the croaker who saved her family and says whatever he wants is on the house. He tells her to surprise him. As she makes a drink, he reveals that he knows her pater from his spa. She says he has been swamped recently and can't be there as much, and as they speak, he's coming home from a business trip to LA. Back at the Quartermain manse, Danny sees a social media alert from Kai. In the background of those print of Kai with Emma, he spots Cyrus. The boy knows where to go. Sasha and Jason arrive to talk to Danny, but he's not there. Rocco admits he made a mistake and told Danny that Cyrus is a suspect in his mama's death, and he went to Charlie's to look for Cyrus. Jason takes off, and Rocco worries he made effects worse. Sasha assures him he made the right decision in telling Jason, and Jason will cover Danny. Martin and Cyrus continue to talk about what he did, and Cyrus admits he may have surpassed. Martin scolds him for trying to transfer Lulu to another state. Cyrus laments he's lost his family, and his access to cases at General Hospital and Turning Woods. He says he helped numerous people and was the only bone who visited up most of those cases. Martin heads to the bar for another round, and Danny shows up. Danny screams at Cyrus that he knows he killed his mama and wants to know why. What did she ever do to him? Cyrus insists the boy is incorrect, and they should supplicate together. He puts his hand on Danny's shoulder when suddenly, Jason enters and yells, "Take your hand off my son." On the coming General Hospital, Nina prepares to come clean to Willow and says, "What I'm about to say to you isn't easy." Kai tells Trina, "Those are good words to live by." Liz says to Lucky, "We might be further down than ever." Carly and Brennan snare drinks together. Anna warns Joss that the game she's playing could bring her life. Jason warns Cyrus if he touches his son again, they will no way find his body.